boo-boo. You're a boo-boo, that's who. You're nothing but a boo-boo.
Was I ever a boo-boo?
Yes, for the first 2 years of your life. Your mother likes that word.
It's a cute word.
Is Ned a boo-boo?
No, Ned is a man. Aren't you, Mr. Man?
Today, he said fire truck. He did?
He actually said Friar Fruck.
You know what he meant.
Well, he might have been trying to say Friar Tuck. I've been reading him Robin Hood.
Steal from the rich and give to the poor. You're a closet communist, Peter.
I am?
He said fire truck.
I need a trivet.
Trivet?
Trivet.
A worthwhile thing my mother ever taught me. How to mash potatoes.
I officially declare this meal prepared. Shall we? Let it ring, Mom.
No, I'm on call.
Where's your pager? I turned it off.
Mother, then what good is a pager?
My sentiments exactly. Maxine Gray.
Remember the first meal I ever made for you?
No, I don't. I'm so drunk I threw it.
Richard, hello. No, I'm not busy. Actually, yes, I am. Could you call back in about an hour because we're just sitting down to dinner. Yes, I promise that I will be here in an hour. Or I could call you. I still have your number from the days when we were speaking to each other. You're in Hartford. Why is that?
It's really important, and I know it's expensive.
I see. Call me back in an hour.
You know, nobody likes to think about life insurance, Donna. But when you have a child, and especially when you're a single mom, then it's a grim reality.
Peter, can we put grim realities aside until after we eat?
Call me. I'll set up an appointment. I can come to your workplace.
I don't know if my boss would like that.
Yeah, that's okay. Is that Sean?
No.
Who is it? Telemarketer.
I told you not to answer.
Maxine. Pack up your troubles. Donna's potatoes are here.
Mom,
Amy, go back to bed.
I can't. I'm up. What are you doing?
I'm sorting the laundry.
At 5 in the morning?
5:30. I couldn't sleep either.
What's up with that? I've been up at 4 o'clock every morning this week.
It's winter. The light has changed. It disturbs your sleep patterns.
So I'm not an insomniac?
Insomniacs don't sleep at all, Amy. You were snoring during the 10 o'clock news.
I guess work is wearing me down. Why are you doing laundry?
It needs to be done, and I've got a full day. Would you like to help?
Sure.
Great. Take these downstairs to the basement and put in a load.
It's cold down there.
Cold is good for you. If you want to help, help. You have to sort them, Amy. You have to separate the whites from the colors and not just throw them all in together in cold water like you did when you were in college.
How did you know that's what I did in college?
Because that's what I did when I was in college. And someday you're going to believe that I've lived longer than you have. Hello, Richard.
Maxine?
You found the house.
Sure, it hasn't been that long.
12 years.
But who's keeping score?
I am not keeping score. I have a good memory.
Your blessing and your curse.
It's always been a fine line.
You look good.
So do you.
You have any coffee?
No, I haven't made any yet.
Well, can I sit down?
You said this would be short.
Where's Kyle?
He's asleep. He works hard.
My Kyle?
He's changed.
Well, where's Amy?
She's asleep.
I heard she moved back home.
Judges don't make as much money as people imagine they do. She's a single mother.
I wasn't passing judgment.
Then you've changed, too.
Maxine, I would like to see my son.
I don't think it's a good idea.
You're not his mother.
I'm his landlord. And I have policies.
No family visitation?
Not for a while. He agreed.
Teaching him the fine art of holding a grudge, are we?
No, the lost art of learning from the past. You know, the whole doomed to repeat it thing. All new mistakes. That's my motto.
Well, what you're doing now, harboring my son, keeping me from seeing him, that is indeed a new mistake, Maxine, but a mistake nonetheless.
That remains to be seen.
Where's Kyle working?
I don't know.
Well, I'll be in town for a week. Business, not pleasure. So, I'll be back.
And when you come back, I'll be here.
Thanks for the coffee.
Judge Gray, what we're dealing with here is a clash between science, commerce, maternity, paternity, reality, dreams, and ultimately responsibility. In short, Your Honor, this is a very complicated case.
Oh, good. I was wearing myself out with uncomplicated cases, Mr. Ansel.
My clients are the parents of Melissa Johnston. Their daughter is estranged from them due to several disagreements during her youth.
Well, that's not complicated enough for me. What's the point?
Their daughter, Melissa Johnston, 22 years old, is a surrogate parent. She is currently carrying a child. Now, make that 2 children for a childless couple who had hoped to become parents.
So Melissa's carrying twins?
Yes, Your Honor. Melissa, who is without gainful employment, hoped to improve her immediate circumstances by offering her services. She has 2 children she's attempting to raise on welfare.
So instead of getting a job at, say, a coffee shop, she agreed to carry a child for a childless couple. Am I up to speed?
Almost. Your Honor, the problem is Melissa agreed to carry 1 child, but due to the unpredictable nature of nature, she's carrying 2 children.
Okay. What's the problem?
My clients, Melissa's parents, are seeking custody of both children in question.
Your Honor, if I may, I am Andrew Pickerel. I'm representing the would-be parents, Mr. and Mrs. Burns. Your Honor, my clients are in their late 40s. And after all fertility treatments failed, they decided to pursue surrogate parenting. The children that Melissa Johnston is carrying in her womb belong, genetically speaking, to her and to Mr. Burns.
Well, the transaction was legal and seems to be well documented. Where's the snag?
The Burnses only wanted 1 child, Your Honor. They never wanted twins.
So the reason we're here is because nature is unpredictable?
My clients urged Melissa Johnston to abort one of the babies. She refused.
Good for her. So how many combinations of people and babies are you proposing? And where the hell is DCF in all of this?
No need for DCF here, Your Honor. Melissa's parents want both of them.
And we want one of them. We have legal rights to one of them.
Well, this case is not only complicated, it's a little bit nauseating.
Your Honor, permission to approach?
No.
No.
No, I can see where this is going. Let's take it to my chambers.
15-minute recess.
Due to the nature of your last comment, Judge Gray, I believe you have publicly exposed your bias.
Judge, Mr. Pickerel.
Not before they've heard the evidence, preferably.
You want me to kick this over to someone else's court? A man's court, maybe? You just say the word.
We're fine, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the judicial system in Hartford's a small town. People talk.
Oh, really? And what do people say?
It might not be the best time for you to hear a case of such a controversial nature.
Well, you say controversial, I say nauseating. You want me to recuse myself because I'm being reviewed? Seems to me that any decent lawyer would choose to brush up in his appeals procedure before coming right out and threatening a judge.
Your Honor.
Because until she is actually relieved of her duty, a judge maintains a certain amount of sway in the small town of the judicial system. Now, which page are we on? The page where we proceed according to plan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge Gray, I took the liberty of making plans for lunch. Rebecca's out of school, teacher's workshop.
Oh, yeah. Lauren's got the same thing. Julian's taking her to a theme park restaurant. It's no problem.
So this surrogate parenting case is going to take up a couple days. It really should be in civil court. I'm thinking about transferring off the docket.
No, don't. Keeler will take it as a sign that I can't handle my workload.
Is that a good reason to hear a case?
I have to play it by the book.
Oh, really?
That comment I made was not so prejudicial. What? Why am I arguing with you? You're the one who told me not to make waves.
That's why you're arguing with me.
There's one last little thing, and then we're done. Page 8 down at the bottom. This is important.
Hey, Peter. Donna.
Hey, sis, we're almost done.
Oh, you said it was okay. Peter's selling me life insurance.
Oh, okay.
At a hell of a discount.
It's all in the up and up. She doesn't smoke, and she drives a sensible car.
Well, I'm a single mother, and if I get hit by a truck, then bam! There goes my daughter's future.
I said it in that gentler language.
Judge Gray, here's the upshot. I need to designate a person to raise my daughter if I get hit by a truck. So, I'd like you to be that person.
Oh, Donna, you're not going to get hit by a truck.
You know, Donna, you still have plenty of time to appoint a guardian. That doesn't come till much later when you make a will.
Judge Gray, will you do me the honor of raising my child? You're my second choice, Bruce, if Judge Gray says no. But she won't say no. Will you? Oh, my God.
No. I just need some time to think about it.
I have a lunch date. Excuse me.
No, it's my daughter.
No, it's just a serious matter, and it deserves some thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My daughter's homeless.
I could say yes. I might.
Wow. I need to think about this.
Well, that's my point.
So what is a teacher's workshop anyway? Do they actually work, or do they just use it as an excuse to get away from our kids?
One of the great mysteries of the public school system.
Yes, I agree. So, how do you like Carver?
It's fine. How's Weston?
The level of parental involvement is a bit scary. Everything's geared towards parents that don't work. They have these assemblies at 11 o'clock in the morning, and your kid never forgives you if you can't be there.
I know that song. Rebecca, no shoving.
Stupid.
Hey, Gracie, no name calling. That's her character flaw.
Rebecca's a shoving.
So, what do you do on days like this when there's no school or Rebecca's sick?
My sister Winnie takes care of her.
So I guess it does take a village or an English nanny to raise a child. Neither of which I have. All I have is a hostile ex-husband and a teacher's assistant that gives me attitude when I take the day out.
Yeah.
Daddy,
Hey.
Gracie doesn't like any of my ideas.
Like what?
She says freeze tag is stupid.
Try some of her ideas. For your old dad, who's using up his lunch hour for this, happy to do it. Freeze tag with two people. That is kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm really glad you talked me into this play date. I'm not good at this. I never really counted on having to make an appointment for my kid to play. When I was growing up, you'd walk outside and there'd be 10 kids just waiting to play.
And nobody trying to abduct them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rebecca said hide and go seek is for babies.
Rebecca.
And she also flicked my arm.
You flicked her arm?
She called me a goon.
Gracie Ann.
Daddy, she...
Okay, you two. The grown-ups don't want to hear it. Work it out on your own. You've only got 15 minutes left to play, so...
I don't want to play.
And then you have 15 minutes left to pout. Over there. I am so sorry. I don't know what's with her.
Are you kidding? They're 9. It only gets worse.
Maybe you and I can have a civilized conversation sometime. Away from the kids. No place with a roof.
Like a gazebo?
Like a restaurant.
Like a date. When?
Like...
I have to be honest, Mr. Cranston, I don't see the point in going back to court on this. The 2 times you regained visitation, you abused those rights.
I hadn't kicked a drink in then. I mean, I was going to AA, but I wasn't really sober. I swear, I've been clean for 8 months now. Talk to my sponsor.
People lie to their sponsors all the time.
I am not lying, Maxine. I'm on the narrow now. Try and believe me.
Wayne, I removed David from your home the night you broke his arm. And I was the one who went to court twice on your behalf, only to have your rights overturned because of 2 consecutive drunk driving offenses.
I know. It's all bad. I just want another chance. What, am I out of chances here?
David's mother is dead set against it. She has an excellent case.
Well, what about David?
He's 13. The court would consider what he wants.
Well, then maybe you could talk to him. Spare him the ordeal of going to court. I'd live with his wishes. Honest.
Maxine, somebody's waiting in the conference room. He says he's your brother. I don't see the resemblance.
I'll be right there. Yes, I'll talk to David.
Thank you.
Look, Maxine, I'm sorry to do this.
Did you find Kyle?
Of course I didn't find Kyle. Hartford isn't a small town.
I'll get you some coffee.
I have coffee. Look, I don't know how you and I became so estranged.
You don't? I always thought I was the one that was in the dark.
Was it the money?
I found the papers after Edward died. The second mortgage on the house, high interest loans. He never recovered from all that financial pressure.
When he asked for the money, he wouldn't tell me why.
All that time, he let me think that you'd loaned it to him.
All he had to do was tell me why.
Why should he have to do that? He was my husband. He was your brother-in-law.
I made my own way in this world.
The hell you did? Daddy sent you to medical school. By the time it was my turn, there wasn't anything left.
You went to college.
I worked 3 jobs. I didn't pay off those loans till 1967. You were his hope. I was his afterthought. My God, Richard, I really don't want to go over all this again.
None of this is justification for keeping me from my son.
Edward was dead at 55.
He's my son, Maxine!
He's an adult. No one forced his hand. You're making things worse.
I was looking at the surrogate parenting case. Are you sure you want to call Melissa Johnson?
Yeah, I'm sure. How'd your lunch with Rebecca go?
Fine. It was actually a play date with Gracie Solomon.
And her mother?
Yeah. Can I get out of here tomorrow by 6?
For what?
Dinner?
With Gracie's mother?
I'll take no for an answer.
No, Bruce, you deserve to have a social life.
I was thinking the same thing. Thanks.
Judge Gray?
Judge Keeler?
Hey, what's the secret to making coffee?
Knowing how to do it.
That must be it. Publishing be damned. Want a toasted strudel?
Why are you in such a good mood?
Today, because I like my job and I have enough money for gas.
That is in the details.
Amy, I remember that night too.
I doubt it.
Vincent and I drove up to Cambridge to visit you. We thought we were all grown up, having someplace cool to stay near Boston, having this great connection at Harvard.
I'm pretty sure your thoughts weren't so coherent that night.
We were kids. We got a little overly ambitious.
You get stoned out of your gourds.
And went for a drive.
Or you let Vincent do the driving. In case a cop pulled you over, which he did, Vincent would take the rap.
We got out of it.
I got you out of it, Kyle. How? By calling one of my law professors and bailing you out.
I never knew that.
Vincent went to court in front of all my mother's friends. He got probation. He gave up on school. He didn't get into Brown. He dropped out of college. Tell me when you want me to stop.
I didn't know.
Why? Why didn't you know that, Kyle?
Because I was a stupid kid.
You didn't know that because you were raised to believe the world owed you something.
That too.
I just wanted to help. You know, I got pregnant with both my kids, not even trying. So when I saw the ad in the paper, I knew I could provide.
How much did the ad offer?
25 grand.
And did you receive full payment?
No, half on delivery. But now they're saying that they only want one. That they're going to cut the price because of emotional distress or something. And because I didn't follow their medical advice.
Which was what?
Get rid of one of the babies. I said no way.
Why?
It's murder.
How would you feel about your parents getting custody of both these babies?
No way. I don't even talk to them.
But do you consider them to be fit parents?
They're okay, I guess. But the deal is with Mr. and Mrs. Burns. If my parents took the babies, then I might have to see them, you know? They'd be in my life. I never wanted them around.
How do you feel about Mr. and Mrs. Burns' claim to the babies?
They only want one? That seems stupid.
Do you feel bonded to these babies?
No.
But you resisted aborting one of them?
Yeah, it's just common sense.
Mrs. Cranston, thank you so much for working this into your schedule. Why don't you make yourself comfortable while David and I talk?
He's got team photos at 4.
Well, this will only take a few moments. This way, please, David.
Why are we doing this? People don't change.
If that were true, my job would be much easier. Please. David, what is your mother feeding you? You're taller than I am.
I need to put on some muscle. I'm starting quarterback this year.
Congratulations. I suppose you know why we're here.
It's about my dad.
He wants to regain his visitation rights.
Is he still drinking?
He says not.
Cool.
The court has denied him visitation twice before, and you know how your mother feels.
She rags on him. I don't blame her. He was pretty mean to her. She gave him lots of chances.
So has the court.
They're gonna say no again?
I can make a recommendation based on what you want. And if your mother signs off, then we could avoid court altogether.
She'll never say yes.
What do you want?
He's my dad. He's the reason I'm tall, you know? Plus, he taught me to pitch y'all when I was little. I'd kind of like to see him. Just to say thanks, I guess.
I don't want the policy anymore, Peter. I can't use it.
Why not?
No one wants Ariadne. She's all alone in the world. So, like it or not, I'm gonna have to live to be 97, at least.
Well, sometimes longevity's not up to the longevity.
What do you mean no one wants Ariadne?
Judge Gray turned me down.
Well, she said she'd think about it.
Bruce wouldn't even discuss it.
What about your family?
My mother and sister don't like me. They think I'm strange. No, eccentric, they call it. Believe that.
Yeah, well, that still doesn't mean that they wouldn't love your little girl.
They would raise her to believe her mother's weird. Does Ariadne need that? I don't have much to pass on to my daughter. But she's gonna know her mother wanted her and fought for her and did everything she could to have a fair start in life. I will make her understand that, even if it kills me. Wait, that doesn't work.
We'll take her.
We will?
Of course we will. I'd love for Ned to have a sister, and it's unlikely we'll go through the adoption process again. We adore Ariadne, don't we, Peter?
Yeah, but Donna, Ariadne has found a home.
Wow. Thanks. You mean it?
We really do.
Wait, you're not going to be sitting around waiting for me to die, are you? Wait, okay, don't go there. Hey.
The wine is delicious.
Yes, it was a good recommendation.
I can't believe we fell for the pigeon.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was bad.
That's enough.
I'm sorry. We can swing through McDonald's on the way home if you want.
No, it's okay. I like my salad, and I'm happy to sit and drink wine and talk with a grown-up.
Thank you. So, what do you teach at Wesley?
Modern history. That's everything after the Greeks, if you can believe it. This year I've got 18th century Europe. I like it. I get into the French Revolution.
So you have a morbid streak, too.
The guillotines were neat and precise. Martyrs are messy. So you work for Amy Gray?
Yes.
I've heard the rumors about her being reviewed. I hope she gets through this okay, because I know what it's like to have your life put under a microscope by, shall we say, the founding fathers. I was in a car accident, and I got addicted to painkillers. I went cold turkey long before my ex-husband decided to petition the court. He actually used my job against me more than the drugs. He's white, you know, so it didn't take much for him to convince the court that our decision to procreate was misguided from the start. He never even wanted custody. He just wanted to get out of paying child support. He was in Germany when they took Gracie away from me.
So they put her in foster care.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got it back.
Yes.
For one thing, we never would have met.
Judge Gray?
Oh, thank God. It's a little creepy in here.
You should notify security when you work late. Have someone escort you.
I know. I'll do it next time. I'll be all right now.
I just want to be sure nothing happens to you.
I'll be fine.
The guy you talked to from the Hartford Examiner? His story got tossed by the publisher. You know who the publisher is?
Excuse me?
A friend of Judge Keeler's from prep school. That far back. You need to be more careful, Judge Gray. You be safe, Judge.
Judge Gray?
Hi, Donna.
You're off the hook. I found a family for Ariadne.
Oh, good.
Guess who? Peter and Jillian. They're thrilled. They don't even have to think about it.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good, Donna. Yeah, that way we can all stay close to her. Not that anything will ever happen to you.
Judge Gray.
Bruce, you would not believe what happened. Keeler has gone too far. I have to do something.
Judge
You can't
Gray.
be threatened by a security guard. How David Mamet can you get?
Judge
I'm
Gray.
going to the authorities. He cannot intimidate me like that.
I think the point is, he can.
I am not afraid of him. The surrogate parenting case?
Gone?
Gone how?
Hold from your docket. Nothing's up to this afternoon.
Under whose authority?
Try not to jump to conclusions.
I don't have to jump anywhere. It's a walk down the hall.
I wouldn't.
Then don't. Judge Keeler, we really need to talk.
Apparently so.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Not for me, you don't?
Perhaps at a more convenient time.
No time like the present. You'll excuse us?
This has gone far enough. I just wanted to inform you that I will be consulting the authorities.
Yes, I too prefer to deal with these matters on a higher level. And you're in luck. I've been informed that we are days, if not hours, away from putting this whole show on its feet.
I was actually referring to the police.
The police?
I was physically threatened last night.
How peculiar. By whom?
By a security guard.
Beware false prophets, I suppose. Incidentally, the chief of police goes to my church, a cradle Catholic turned Episcopalian, a fine golfer as well.
What I am saying is that this is not over.
Perhaps your CSO could escort you back to your chambers and convince you that it is. He's been around the juvenile court system a lot longer than you. He's examined the ins and outs, had a hand in the viscera, as it were.
I don't touch guts. Judge Gray is right. It's not over.
It's over, isn't it?
I think so.
Maxine? I cooked, but nobody came. Amy called, said she's going to be home late. Hope you're hungry, because I made chili.
Hello, son.
What are you doing?
I know we left it on bad terms.
We left it. That's the point.
If you'll excuse me.
You're not going anywhere. He is.
He only wants a few minutes, Kyle.
You're breaking your own rule.
That happens sometimes.
Just 5 minutes, son. That's all I want.
Got a new watch. It's a Timex. You know what they say about those?
Good evening. Sorry to extend your workday. Some of my colleagues feel that it's time to put this matter to bed.
Of course we understand.
Please be seated. I'm Judge Crumble. I make my home in the Criminal Division of Superior Court. You are Judge Gray.
Yes, I'm confused. You're here under
And
whose
you are
authority?
Judge Keeler.
Yes, I know your father. We both went to Choate. Please give him my regards.
He's in the phone book, Judge Keeler. Now, as I'm sure you're both aware, the juvenile justice system is under enough of an attack from without. It does need to unravel from within. I've had time to review the issues surrounding Judge Gray's alleged misconduct. I've also reviewed your most recent decisions, Judge Keeler. We do want to be fair.
Yes, we do.
Judge Gray, for someone who's barely had time to warm the bench, you've taken quite an aggressive stance. Or is the word creative? For example, you vandalized your own courtroom.
I made a mark on the wall to illustrate a point. I cleaned it up myself.
Good. You sentenced someone to show tunes?
I cleaned that up as well. I believe I have the right to inquire after your credentials.
I was sent by God. Does that help? You were investigated for personal impropriety, a matter involving your CSO. That was resolved to everyone's satisfaction?
I happen to have some files of my own documented research on Judge Keeler's recent conduct.
Put those away. Well, Judge Keeler claims that you are incompetent, disruptive, and a disgrace to the profession. Judge Keeler's been on the bench for 18 years. Here's what I think. Judge Gray, you need to stop talking to the press.
What?
TV interviews, for example.
I didn't violate any judicial ethics.
Fraternizing with reporters.
Wait, the First
in
Amendment.
front of the camera, behind the camera. Newspapers, radio, periodicals, and the Pony Express. Is that clear?
Very.
Consider this a private censure. As for you, Judge Keeler, I think you've been on the bench a little too long. What do you think?
Barry, I am 2 years away from a planned retirement. I have other aspirations.
Judge Keeler, that's too far away. By about a year and 11 months. Life is unpredictable.
I have always wanted to travel.
Yes, I hear D.C. is very nice this time of year, if you don't mind the politicians.
I never have.
Which is why we're all here. Except I no longer am. Good evening.
Hey, you missed all the fireworks.
What fireworks?
Just a figure of speech. There weren't any fireworks.
Are you okay?
You ever like to take out the baby pictures of Lauren and just look at them? Kind of scares you because it reminds you can never go back there, but sometimes you just like to reflect. Found it in your pantry. Seal isn't broken. Have a seat.
No, I gotta check on Lauren.
Maxine put her to bed already. It's late.
All right.
I was thinking about that night where we got the joint.
It's about a lot more than one night, Kyle.
You were snooping around in your bedroom. You said you'd forgotten you had it. You didn't get high anymore. I said, well, we're just getting started. Remember what you said? Hey, knock yourself out.
Well, I didn't tell you to get into a car and drive.
That was my honors thesis. I let Vincent drive because he was less screwed up.
Oh, come on.
I was 19, Amy.
How old are you now, Kyle?
Around 18. My father came to visit me tonight. Offered to bail me out. And I said no. That's when most people leave home, isn't it? 18? It wasn't my first joint, Amy. Wasn't Vincent's either, so you can let yourself off that particular hook. Sleep well.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Kyle's drama with Amy forces him to find a new home. Don't miss Judging Amy, next on TNT.